I've got no pants on. Hello everybody, I am the Great Jojo Man. Took an extra some crazy this morning. Oh yeah, we got katanas up in this biatch. And welcome to Enter the Wolf Time. Woo, poke you with a katana. Poke, 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 poke. Well, first on today's show, everybody, I'd just like to say how awesome this is. I finally own a katana. Something I've always dreamed of doing. It's a battle-ready katana as well. I've checked it out. Full tang, guys. It's full tang. But yeah, okay. So enough of the katana madness. Let me just put that away before I chop my own arm off or something like that. So realistically today, guys, what we have on the show for you, we have a, just a look at the Contemptor dreadnought that I got for my birthday yonder week. So yeah, we'll be looking at the Contemptor, we'll be looking at what I've done to it. And also what I'd just like to say as well, if any of you have seen on the Games Workshop YouTube channel, I'll put a link in the doobly-doo down below. I was featured on it! Yes, that's right. Last year it was Beasts of War. This year it was Games Workshop. Next year, the world! So yeah, so I was featured on the Games Workshop Games Day after footage stuff. So yeah, go check it out. I'll put a link. I'll just put a general link in the doobly-doo down below. Nothing fancy. So yeah, I was pretty chuffed with that. Thank you for all the people that actually notified me. I do apologise for not being able to reply because at the weekend I was in Whitby with the other half. And getting this awesome katana! Seriously, that's enough for the katana though. But yeah, so that's where I was. So I didn't have access to a computer, so therefore I couldn't reply. And in all honesty, I've not worked out how to reply to emails on my HTC. So it's a bit, I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to say for the beginning of this video. Apart from, it's time for the 40k motivational poster of the week!
Dark Eldar, just because the Eldar are gay doesn't mean we are.
Okie dokie guys, so what I'm going to be showing off today is the Contemptor dreadnoughts. Now before I start, for a start now, it's not actually built at the moment. I am filming this in the past. Yeah, essentially, there's a lot of bits for it. A lot of bits for the Contemptor. This is the torso and the last cannon assembly. Look at the state of this! Look, honestly, look how many goddamn bits there are. That's only for the torso and the last cannon assembly. This is for the fucking, whatchamacallit, the close combat weapon arm. So, you've got a lot of lovely pieces, lovely chunky bits of resin. Greasier than a bag of chips, though. Greasier than a bag of chips, as Marnius would say. But yeah, so there's a lot of bits, and, you know, that's awesome as well, there's no fucking instructions either, so that's brilliant, that's going to be fun to try and put together. So I'll just put these over here in my little tray. Now, one thing as well that I found absolutely amazing was the amount of excess resin that you get. Have you seen the state of this? Look at this shit, look at how much extra resin there is. You could build, like, at least, I think you could build, I mean, here's Solomon Locke. Here's a Solomon Locke model. Here's Forge World resin. You could build, okay, there's 1, 2, you could build 3 Solomon Locks, probably, with this much resin that you get left over. Look at the state of it! Oh well, which means I've got more basing material, I suppose. So anyway, yeah, we'll join me in a second when I've got it built. It will appear like moody seconds have passed, but in reality hours have passed, really. So yeah, see you in a second.
Safety announcement.
Okie dokie, guys. As you can see, what I'm in the process of that was a bit mumbled, wasn't it? What I'm doing at the moment, I'm in the process of hacking up some of the excess resin cutaways from the Contemptor dreadnought kit. But as you can see in front of me, it produces quite a lot of resin dust. If I just give it another bit of a saw, this is using a razor saw, so it's going to be really, really fine. But I can't even break that. Can you see it all just flaking off? It's extremely fine powder. Now, what you don't want to be doing with this stuff, you don't want to be breathing it in, because it is well, the people say it does cause cancer. So what you want to do is, if you get a lot of it like that, you want to get a damp piece of bog roll or tissue paper like that. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to get rid of that little bit there. I'm just going to put it like that and just damp it all down, just so that it gets moisture in it, so that it's not breathable. And just give it a wipe, and then as you can see, it kind of all clumps together. That's actually mostly tissue, but just a wet bit of paper towel or a wet bit of tissue paper, and yeah, that'll basically pick it all up, and also it'll stop it from floating about, so you won't get cancer and die. So yeah, just a little bit of a safety tip there. Remember, guys, safety first. Okie dokie, guys, now after that safety tip, I'm going to show you what I've done. Well, it has in fact been almost a full week since I shot that little bit. So much for a couple of hours, eh? And there's resin dust everywhere. But yeah, so I finished the Contemptor. Well, finished what I want to do in it mostly. Now, what I wanted, I'm just going to put something back on it. Give me a second, guys. Now, what I wanted really on this model to show off the articulation of the legs, because they are so much more. You can just bend them a lot more, what I'm trying to say is, than the original Dreadnought model that there is in Games Workshop. So, as a result, I came out with this. As you can see, extremely positioned. He's pinned through there, and there's actually a pin going through the ball of the foot here, just to get him onto the actual base. As you can see, just a really, really fantastic set of, joints and stuff. Just so you can do it in whichever way possible, really. What this is here, the connecting part here, is a ball joint, and there's another ball joint there. So you can position the legs any way that way, really. And these will fully stretch, so they're straight, and fully go so they're crouched. Again, same with the feet. Which is really, really good. There's also another ball joint here that attaches the groinal region, to the top bit. Yeah, generally just an awesome model. Okay, so let's see what I went for. I went for the last cannon loadout, and I went for the power fist. There's a heavy flamer in there as well, but I wanted this power fist closed because I felt like it. However, this is not what I'm sticking with. I have, you might notice this moves, and this is magnetized. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the plasma cannon, the heavy bolter, and the assault cannon, and another close combat arm. I'm going to magnetize all those, so I've got multiple weapon options, which is pretty cool. Also, you can move it and position it around, which makes it look even cooler. Again, the arm joints here, the arm joints are all ball sockets, ball joints as well, so you can position those in whichever way you want. Let's take a look at the back of the model. Really, really detailed. I didn't want to touch any of the back of it because I thought that it would just detract too much detail, and it just looks awesome from the back. All the grills and all the rivets and stuff like that just make it look really, really nice. What else can I say? Okay, the actual conversion work. Well, as you guys know, I'm using this for my Grey Knights army. So I thought, hey, let's make a Grey Knight Contemptor Dreadnought. Even though Grey Knights can't have Contemptor Dreadnoughts, I'm just going to use it as a Venerable because it looks goddamn awesome. Now, on the Terminators, on the Grey Knights, they have like a book or a little thing on their chest all locked away. So I thought I'd reciprocate this on the Dreadnought by using the banner pole thing off the Space Marine Librarian. So I put up the book on there with the chains, and I think it looks goddamn awesome. I covered up some of the bits where it didn't fit with extra purity seals because, come on, it's a Grey Knight Dreadnought, guys. He's going to be pure. He's going to be very, very pure. I mixed and matched because he already had some purity seals already carved on there in the resin. So I made some of my own purity seals out of green stuff, and then I also added some Plastic Games Workshop ones. I did some little iconography and stuff going on him just to reinforce the fact that he's Grey Knights. So yeah, I think when it comes to purity seals, if you're doing a lot, it's best to mix and match homemade with Games Workshop made or Forge World made or whatever, just because it gives a bit more variety. Variety is the spice of life. The spice of life. So yeah, what else did I do to it? Oh yeah, I added this little top bit here. Now a lot of you guys are probably wondering, what the fuck is that, Jojo, man? What the fuck is that from? Now, if you guys play Inquisitor, this comes from the Witch Hunter Tyrus model, and it's actually a little sprockety bit which has a blade that sticks out, like a little power sword, but it looks like the Inquisitorial eye, so I thought I'd stick that on top there. Not entirely settled on it, guys, so tell me what you think. Tell me if you think it looks okay. If it doesn't, I'll probably end up taking it off. What else we have here? This bit here, you guys are probably wondering, Great Jojo, man, what the fuck is that? This is actually a press mold that I made of something from the dreadnought, and I just thought it would really polish the model off nicely, and the overall detailing on it came out very, very nicely. I'm not going to do any major detail painting on that. I'm just going to paint it up a metal colour, like a metallic, and leave it at that. Maybe give it some ink washes and maybe a bit of a highlight, I don't know. But yeah, so that's that. I'm also thinking of finding an Inquisitorial eye and putting it on top of the Contemptor's forehead, just for shits and giggles. But yeah, what else we got? We got some Purity Seals on the knee here, and that's really it. Although there's one more thing! There is one more thing! But wait, there's more. The fist actually comes with the option to detach it, if I can remember how. There we go. Now, what I did with this, I was like, hey, you know, I thought it'd be cool to toy with the idea of having not a proper mounted one, you know, like an underslung thing like the last cannon, but like an arm, like a built-in arm-mounted weapon. So I thought, hey, let's stick a magnet in there, and hey, let's get a plasma cannon. So now you have a plasma cannon as well. Now, what I'm thinking of doing, tell me if this looks good or not, guys, because I'm really not sure. I'm kind of 50-50 on this. I'm thinking of either leaving it that or cutting it round about here, you know, round about. I need a pointer, or cutting it round about here. That's basically just so that it looks like it's just the end of it coming out, so it'll look kind of like that. So that's one thing, but yeah, arm-mounted, arm-incorporated plasma cannon. That's also why I want to get the clutch combat for this side, so that it will not look too shooty and look, oh shit, look all combat-y as well. But yeah, one more thing as well, guys, in case you didn't know. The Contemptor Dreadnought comes with two sets of feet. It comes with standard flat feet, like I've got on here, and it also comes with these like slightly articulated feet, which are like that. It's literally a tiny, tiny angle. Let me see if I can find something flat. There we go. There's something flat. All it is a tiny little turned up bit. Now, personally, I don't think they should have bothered. I think they should have just fucking put something else on the Contemptor to make it look even more awesome. But yeah, so these are the two feet that you get. It looks like a robot dinosaur. It's a robot dinosaur. Rah 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 rah. I've come to. Hang on. It's a robot dinosaur. So this is an example of what my mind does. A lot of people say, Jojo man, how do you manage to think up your ideas and stuff? And it's the fact that I look at bits and stuff from all kinds of different angles and things, and and that looks like a robot dinosaur right there. And I just look at stuff and I think, okay, it's a set of feet, but it could also be a robot dinosaur. Now I'm rambling about this robot dinosaur, so yes, I have taken an extra dose of crazy. I have. But yeah, okay, what else am I going to show you on the model? That was a complete random one, that was. Jesus, could know what happened there. Verbal diarrhea, everybody. Oh yes, as you can see on the base as well. No, it's not a stick of dynamite, that is going to be a pipe with some cables coming out of. I only have one cable on it at the moment. But yeah, just used a lot of the excess resin and stuff as debris. It's battlefield remnants and stuff, carved it up, hacked it up, put some bullet holes in it, put some shell holes, some random other bits of debris. That's actually from the Red Scorpion jump pad that I used on Clarky's Jump Commander. That's just a random piece of plastic I found, that's a paper clip. But yeah, just to give it a bit more of a unique feel. And when you compare, also I don't think anybody else has done this as well, compare it to, say, a Dreadnought, and this is not going to be a proper comparison. Here's Bjorn. Is the Contemptor. Now Bjorn is a much smaller Dreadnought, but only by a little bit. And as you can see, there's a hell of a difference between the two Dreadnought models. A hell of a difference. So yeah, guys, just a little comparison there. Yeah, let me know what you think of my my Contemptor of awesomeness and death and blackness and awesomeness and deathness. So yeah, tell me what you think, and don't forget to drop a comment. Oh, on with the next section of the show now. On with the next section! Okay, guys. guys, now it's time for the Ask Me Anything section of the show. This is the part of the show where you ask me questions and I try to answer them as best I can. So, without further ado, the first question that we have comes from Squidgyvidge. And he asked me, how long does it take for a wolf to immolate 20 square bases into dust? Exactly 2.9 seconds, my friend. Exactly 2.9 seconds. For a wolf, man, anyway. For a normal wolf, probably slightly longer, because they lack opposable thumbs. Okay, moving on. Next question. This comes from Cornelius Flankenton. I think I said that right, Flankenton. And he said, is there any advice you would give a new gamer on painting or converting miniatures? Well, now I think about it, yeah, I would probably say, start slow, don't jump into the deep end. In regards to painting, make sure you let the miniature paint for you at first. Reason being is, use texture to your advantage. Use lots of dry brushing techniques in order to make it look good, and then once you've got a decent amount of skill set up, then you can start making a bit more, a bit more effort into doing a paint job. In terms of converting, I'd say just get the basic converting techniques and stuff down first, pinning, maybe some rough green stuff filling and stuff like that. Also, you need to have a pretty good, this is me personally, this is what I feel. You need to have a pretty good sense of direction and sense of movement, and sense of, okay, if something on the model, say a fixed piece of plastic that you can't get rid of, is blowing this way, do I need to take it off, or do I need to make everything else that I'm putting on the model go that way as well, in order to keep continuity? There's nothing worse than having a really windswept model, like all the hair blowing this way, and then there's something that's blowing that way. And it's just like, that just completely ruins the continuity. So yeah, do the things and you should be okay. The next question is from the Jamin95. Jamin95. I think that's how I say that. And he said, what would you think would be a funny Games Day entry next year? Now, personally, I think that anything really in the duel category can be classed as funny. Reason being is that there's just some awesome stuff. Like, there was a really good one this year, if you saw my Games Day video, of a skeleton warrior having his head shot off by like a rifle. That was really cool. But personally, I would like to see, if any of you guys want to make it and enter into Games Day, that would be awesome, because then I could give it some actual coverage at Games Day next year. So yeah, I'd like to see like maybe something orcish, because there wasn't enough orc stuff this year. I want to see something funny, because orcs are really comical. Maybe, I don't know, maybe an orc war boss getting chased around by a bomb squig or something, like, oh my god, it's chasing me! Oh my god! Like that. So I'd say something funny, something orky funny. And the last question comes from Optic Jokers. And he said, would you ever consider getting into competitive gaming? Well, personally, no, I would never get into competitive gaming. Why, I hear people ask? Because of the rage. Blood for the blood god! Da, da, da. Now, when I mean rage, I mean I get extremely annoyed at any kind of gaming. Online gaming, regular console gaming, all kinds of stuff like that. I have a tendency to rage quit. Now, there has been some times when I have been in Games Workshop and I have been getting basically pounded and pounded and pounded. I've got that fucked off with it and that fed up, I've just gone, right, do you know what, sack it. And I've literally just walked off because I can't be arsed. Some might say that's a sore loser, but it's not being a sore loser when your opponent is like loads better than you, and is just completely not giving you any leeway. Also, the fact is, I have smashed multiple models on the floor. I had a dreadnought once, and because it was just being crap, this rage got him and just went, oh! Smashed and stomped on him. Yeah, just because of that, because I think that if I was in a competitive environment, then I would have to be removed from the premises on the basis of it would be dangerous for people. I would most likely just flip out and go psycho and just, start punching people or just go for people, because, I don't know, I'm a very angry person, what can I say? And so guys, that concludes this week's Ask Me Anything. Remember guys, don't forget to leave your question in the comment section, the doobly-doo down below, and hopefully it'll get answered next week. So guys, without further ado, on that bombshell, I will say goodbye to you all, and see you again next week. See you now, ta-ra. Okay guys, just one little thing at the end of this video. These Ogrins, converted Ogrins that I made out of the Ogre Balls set, these are still for sale. Again, I just basically really need the money. So these are dropped in price now. These are now going for £35 as opposed to £45 before. So you get the actual miniature for £35. Postage in the UK is a £5 because I send it recorded delivery. And postage anywhere else in the world is a £10 because I send it insured delivery, so neither of us are out of pocket if they go missing. This is a great chance, guys, to own some uniquely crafted Ogrins. Some really nice green stuff work there. It's 4 Ogrins and a bonehead. Yep, we got some nice custom green stuff in, some custom miniatures here for you. Look at him, he's even got a Russian hat. Who doesn't like a Russian hat on an Ogrin? Come on, seriously. So yeah, you're going to be looking at £40 in the UK in total, £45 anywhere else in the world for these Ogrins. Give me a PM if you're interested, if you want any more photographs or anything. And yeah, give me a shout. Thank you for watching, guys.
When I'm in, I'll stop the sound and the music that's so loud, my distortion gear. But around with picking calls, other people have to know my transmission.